Okay, out here in the driveway, I'm trying grow bags. And those are Walmart shopping bags that these squash are growing in, and they seem to be doing well. In fact, look at that big guy. We'll be picking him today, I think. Rosie said she wants to try it, so there's some more coming there and back there and that one. So if it's too early, we'll find out, but it's pretty big, so hopefully it's ready to be eaten. In the pots, hot peppers, jalapenos. No problem with the jalapenos. I've had problems with the habaneros though. And the seagulls that want to hang out here make a lot of noise. The squash was grown from seed. These jalapenos, I can't even remember. These are probably store-bought in containers. Some indeterminate tomatoes, also in grow bags, doing pretty well. And eggplant, also in grow bags, also seem to be doing okay. In fact, there's one right there. And here's another one, little one coming. There's a couple more little guys in here. Oh, this guy right here. Leftover early yellow squash. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I think I'm going to have enough squash, but I may try and plant them someplace else. Here's some little wonder peas. Broccoli. Three broccolis. More hot peppers down there. A little squash. There's a sunflower. I just threw it in the pot for kicks. I had a lot of sunflowers. I grew actually from Rosie's bird food. I picked out the big seeds, and they all did pretty well. And here's a bunch here. I started them all in the little cups in the window of our dining room. It gets the light all day long because it faces south, and that's where I did a lot of the germination. There's I think it's a cucumber. It might be a squash, I don't know. Cucumber, I think. And another one back there. We threw down there for kicks. And low maintenance, just water, and see how it turns out. This first bed I made big. It has honeydew and cantaloupe. And you can see, it's interesting. Also like the watermelon you'll see in a few minutes. You know, I plant them here and they all kind of grow towards the sun. You know, all growing to the south. I hope to get those to grow vertically on something. I'm not sure yet, but I've done that with some cucumbers you'll see in a minute. Here is, I'm blocking the sun, 2 rows of beets. There is a row of the long cylindrical radish. 2 different types of carrots, some onions, I think those are green onions, and radishes. And we've already been enjoying the radishes. We pulled some out. I know they're planted very closely together, but my soil is very soft. So I figured that since it's so soft, maybe they'll just push each other out of the way. And it seems to be working so far. Also, these little shish kebab skewers. I've got them all over the place just to discourage the cats from coming into the beds and doing what cats do. That worked okay for a while, but not as well as this guy. This is my motion activated sprinkler. It sits on a mound of dirt and brick and rock. All of this came out of this strip when I put those beds in. It's like it was a dump here at one time or something. But after getting it cleaned out and loosening up the soil, I put the beds in. There's a few sunflowers growing along the fence. This is corn. 2 rows, sweet corn, grown from seed. Everything's from seed so far in the beds. There's 2 rows of spinach. We started eating those already, the leaves, very nice. Here is a cucumber that I'm growing, as you can see. trying to grow vertically on this frame of hardware wire and wood, and they seem to be going up at all right, but they're kind of overrunning the bed. I think I have too many plants in here for this, but that's all right. I'll just cut them back because they're starting to go towards the peppers. These peppers I bought from the store potted because I wanted to have something that would ripen relatively quickly. There's a car down the street. On the right are Golden Summer, and on the left are California Wonder peppers. And we have some peppers showing there, and in there, and here, and a couple in there, and right here. I don't know, maybe I'll need to stake them soon. In this bed, I started with this row here. This is green beans, bush beans. And once I thinned the rows out to give them a little more room, I had all these plants left over. And I wasn't sure that they would make it, but I was careful when I pulled them out, and they had most of their roots. So I put them in a earth box. And after a couple of weeks, they look great. So just yesterday, I transplanted them again back in the bed. Now I have 2 rows of green beans and 1 row of wax beans. These are all from seed. Last box. This is oh, here comes a car again. City Life. These are mustard or collard greens on the first row. Collard greens. Then we have some Swiss chard, multicolored. You see yellow, white, red stems. And then mustard greens. I don't know that I ever had mustard greens before this year, but they're really tasty. A little spicy. It's kind of cool. And last row are romaine lettuce. And everything in this bed's doing okay. I know I planted it densely, but we plan on eating a lot of this stuff as it was young. So we're just picking away at it, and I may thin it to a degree as the plants get even bigger. Had some issues with caterpillars. You can see some holes in the leaves. And here. I gave them a dose of neem oil and manually removed maybe 6 of the little guys. It's a tip for people dealing with that. I found it's easier to find the droppings of the caterpillars and then to look for the caterpillars than to just look for the caterpillars, because they really blend in well. Alright, on to the other beds. So I started this project not having enough topsoil. This is what's called eco soil from our county recycling facility, and to get it delivered the minimum amount was 5 cubic yards, and this is I guess a little less than half of what was delivered. To help fill out the beds, I used that and peat moss and some manure in the beds. Here's another patch of cucumbers, also doing pretty well. You can see we have some down there. There's one hanging there. Trying to get them to go up the frame I made, once again with the wire. And we've eaten some of the cucumbers. They taste like cucumbers. These are 3 spaghetti squash, which I planted on the backside, also doing well, also from seed. Those cucumbers also from seed. And here are 4 sugar baby watermelon plants. These weren't from seed. Rosie bought in containers at the store, but they're taking off nicely. And much like the other melons, they appear to be growing generally towards the south. Coming over here, a couple varieties of tomatoes. These guys we bought, or I bought, and they're doing okay. Getting ready to make another bed to transplant them into. A couple extra peppers. I think those are jalapenos. These here are cherry tomatoes. These were grown from seed, Some did well, some didn't. There's some of the cells left over with the plants. Maybe I can do something if their roots aren't too bound. But they'll get transplanted into a bed. A couple little boxes of different lettuces. Rosie's Gerber. Pretty flower. More bags, more grow bags with different indeterminate tomatoes. Started staking them, trimming them, doing all the things everyone on YouTube is telling me to do, or trying to anyway. And they seem to be doing well. This is my first year with a garden, or actually trying to grow anything. And it's been a lot of fun. There's people I need to thank for this. Those people are kind enough to share their knowledge on YouTube. Especially here in Grow Zone 7, Gary Pilarchik, thank you. Thank you for all you contribute. I've learned so much from you, and I appreciate the time and effort you put into sharing everything with us. And the same I'd have to say about Reganite and Callie Kim, Larry Hall for his ideas about this right here, the grow bags in the kiddie pool. It's working great, Larry. Those are Rosie's patio tomatoes. And here's a couple more indeterminates with several different varieties. Well, this is an experiment. So I had so many squash that I said, well, I'll put 3 in these containers, but I didn't realize how big the plants get. So I'm going to try and transplant these. Hopefully it won't damage the roots too much, but if I do, it's no big deal. We have plenty. Over here, more peppers. These are originally, I had 4 little ones in this one pot, and I just transplanted them the other day and changed it to 2. They seem to be taking okay. I know I damaged some really fine roots when I was doing that, but they appear to be bouncing back. And onto the potatoes. Okay, all-purpose potato. We let it go, a couple of them. They grew eyes. I notched the eyes out. I put a couple inches of topsoil in these containers and covered them up, and lo and behold, it kept growing and growing. So I filled them again. I guess I'll let them grow one more time before I fill them to close to the top. And there's 2 more over here. Seem to be doing okay. And these don't get sun all day long, but they do get it most of the day. So once again, thanks to Gary Pilarchik, Reganite, Callie Kim, Larry Hall, all the allotment folks across the pond. I enjoy your videos as well. And Praxis 55712, doing this thing in Iowa. Thank you for your ideas. I used your Grow Cup ideas when starting sowing the seeds. Okay, that's it.